orchestras you're going to hear the progression of levels. So first is our beginning orchestra, which is right in front of us, and then they'll swap places with intermediate, mostly our 7th grade group, and then our advanced, which you'll see is on stage. They're just going to hang out for a little bit. This has been a very fun and exciting year. These students have learned so much. On stage, we're about to start with our beginners, and they're not so much beginners anymore, almost 7th graders, you can already believe it. They chose their instrument at the very end of August, and they had a choice between the violin, the viola, the cello, and bass. If you're a violin player, can you raise your bow, beginners? So violin, obviously the most popular instrument, it's our highest pitch instrument. If you're a viola, raise your bow. Yeah, viola is the violin's big sister. It's a bigger instrument, a little bit lower in pitch. If you're a cello, and we have our cello, which obviously they're anchored to the floor, and if you're the bass, and bass is obviously our lowest instrument. Gives us our foundation. So they learned how to hold the instrument properly, how to play pizzicato. Later on, they added fingers to the fingerboard, and then they had the bow, and then they learned how to read music, which is essentially its own language. They've been very busy, and they've been playing pieces in the book, and this is really, the book tells them all the notes and where everything is, and eventually, once they get a skill set, we learn different pieces of sheet music. So they have different 3 pieces of music they're going to play for you. The first one is called Marching Canon, and you'll hear a march section, very great way to start a concert. And then it's going to go into a really beautiful canon where you hear each instrument come in at a different time. So first you'll hear the first violins, and then your middle voices, or seconds and violas, and then to the cellos, and then to the basses. You get to hear a little bit of everyone. It's actually based off of the very famous quartet Pachelbel canon in D. It's actually an interpretation of it. All right. And then our second piece is an American fiddle tune called Cripple Creek. Well, they'll show you some different type of fiddling styles. Everyone will get the melody there. And then our final piece is called Ninja, and I'll speak a little bit before that. But let's welcome our beginners with a warm round of applause. All right, let's give them another round of applause. Lisa Walter. So before we finish our last piece, just a few quick words. For the beginners, a few quick little notes to know is that we provide an instrument, Oakridge provides an instrument for the first year of instruction. Many of them, thankfully, they're moving up to Orchestra 2. So what that means is that it's time to get them their own instrument. Now, what we do have here, just for violin and viola, they only need their own violin and viola. Cello bass will provide them one for all 3 years because they're larger, more expensive instruments. But for violin and viola, they're less expensive instruments, and we have 2 options. We have cadence music, which is in Fort Myers, but they come to our school once a week, every week, and service our own instruments, and we have Crispin music here in Naples. And they have wonderful rent-to-own programs where they get a brand new instrument that's just theirs, and it's kind of like a cell phone. You basically pay it off, and eventually it's theirs forever. So a lot of our students through intermediate and advanced, they do the same programs, or you can find an instrument too, but there's a lot of what we call VSOs out there, which stands for violin-shaped objects. It might look like a violin, it might kind of resemble a violin, but it's not. It won't tune, and sometimes they break, and then they're just as much to repair it as what you paid for it, all right? So there's a lot of good stuff out there. Feel free to email me if you have any questions, or if you want to do the rent-to-own program, that they would need to do that at the very beginning of their 7th grade year. We will provide them an instrument over the summer if they're going to be a part of one of our summer camps. We have actually some flyers here. The Naples Summer Orchestra Camp is a wonderful camp that I do, and Kathy Fleer, the former teacher here, she taught here forever. She's a wonderful teacher. She does that camp too. We have a middle school group, we have a high school group, and we bring in professional musicians from Artists Naples. They actually come in and coach the kids and do many performances, and we give a nice little recital. It's the first 2 weeks of summer break. It's a Monday through Thursday camp for both weeks. So feel free to check that out. We always have a lot of students, and we actually have already had a lot of students sign up. It's a very affordable camp too. For both weeks, it's $125. So make sure you check that out. And if they do the camp, they can keep an instrument, Oakridge instrument, for the entire summer. All right. So those are kind of our options that we have for you. Our last piece is called Ninja, and it goes that there is a secret ninja kind of creeping around the orchestra. You're going to hear some different type of Far Eastern pentatonic scales, and you're going to hear some different sound effects that they're going to do for you. I think this is the piece that they actually like the best, and I'll run behind and play the piano with them. So let's welcome one last time the beginning orchestra on the piece Ninja.
Property.